All right, music moment. We got to throw out a name here. Rob, well, it's either Simonson or Simonson. I should have looked that up, and I apologize.
We'll cut that in later.
He's a composer best known for Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh.
He did that. He was like a co-composer with Life of His Pi. Look him up. He's done a bunch of stuff. He comes in this season and does a couple of things. Does a couple of big things. Number one, he gussies up running up that hill.
Ooh.
Okay? Everything I talked about in the Dear Billy episode, that's him. Rob Simonson did that.
Man.
And that was the greatest use of a pop song in Stranger Things.
I would have to agree with you.
All 4 seasons. And here in this episode, underneath Brenner's deathbed, his dirt bed, as 11 is there bedside with him as he dies, is this orchestral part, this version of 11's theme. Composed by Dixon Stein, but it's redone, remixed here, re-added to by Rob Simonson, I don't know. But he does a kind of his own version of it. And it is probably we're on a podcast here. This is the best moment of Stranger Things music to this point.
Damn.
I shout that from the rooftop. All respect to kids, to eulogy, to the theme, to running up that hill.
Wow.
This is something special. This is 11's theme with a John Williams twist. Praise be to the King. With strings, with symphonic build. You know, we're so nostalgic for everything, all over Stranger Things. But all of these Spielberg style Stephen King influences, we discuss it. It's not synthesizer music. They have strings. That's what they have. So to hear the 11's melody leave the normal synth pad and go into strings, it's something very special. And 11 and this theme is just the heart of the show. So Brenner, given the speech here, you can hear that it's still the same type of 11's theme, the same sort of pads, the synth pads, but the strings are going. And they're kind of in between the melody. So what I mean by that is the melody is being played by the same basic sound, that electric synth sound that Dixon and Stein did it with. But as she sets his hand down, that's the first time in all of Stranger Things that we get one of the main melodies played with some stringed instruments. These are cellos here do this. Not yet here. They're just still going in between the melody, providing tension and flourish. Building, but the strings still aren't doing the melody itself until now. And there's that female vocal with it as well.
So pretty.
She says goodbye, Papa, and we get the full swell. I call it the Force theme because it very much sounds like that. The violins all enter. It almost makes me cry every time I hear it. And I love, we still got that little Stranger Things, little pushing synth. They're very sweet. Once she's off and she's into Argyle's pizza van, we get a new version, a new part of the melody. To me, signifying that she is moving into adulthood.
Yeah.
A part we have never heard before. It'll be this like, na, 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 na. We're watching Brenner die there. This is the moment for 11. We've got something else in this melody. And the melody, I've brought this up many times. The 11's theme melody is a real loop. It never resolves. Remember I called this melody like as if somebody was just, I think it was in season 1, just picking out the notes slowly on a piano or electric piano. But here we get at least a resolution, a home note. Absolutely amazing. the best music moment in Stranger Things history.
God, I think I have to agree with you on that. I remember, so before doing this podcast today, I went back and I re-listened to our reactions podcast when we first watched this before we watched season 9. And I truly think that this scene with this music was what made us so excited. I mean, if you guys go back and listen to us doing that podcast, we are elated through the entire thing, through the entire conversation, because this is like what the episode ends with, and it's so amazing, and it so perfectly captures where she is at in her life right now in this story that the Duffer Brothers have created.
And if we had time to do another music moment, I would do the Journey song, though that is part of my music moment or music episode called The Music of Stranger Things. I covered that, all the trailer music in there.
Oh, nice.
But between this song, which you get like the full 3-minute version of while Brenner dies, and then the Journey Stranger Things remix, there's like 6 minutes of amazing music that closes out this episode.
It really is. Like, seriously, everything about Stranger Things is so perfectly executed and thought of. Like, they never miss a single detail. It's insane.